Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. This 6th job advancement is coming this winter and this update has already been out for a few months now in MapleStory Korea. So I set off on a quest to figure out who the Korean Maplers think are the winners and losers of the new 6th job advancement and all the new skills. So the 6th job advancement contains 3 class specific parts. This is a buff to a class, their 4 job attacks, one of them or 2 depending on the class, a new origin skill, which is an invincibility frame, and bind skill that also deals full of damage in most cases, and a buff to the damage of classes their 5th job skills. This buff is generally the same for every class, increasing the final damage of their 5th job attacking skills by 60%. These changes are a huge win for every single class. There are no losers in that sense, but this isn't the full picture though, as some classes got special effects on their origin skills that are really great, while others are missing out on some damage because of the way their skills work. Let me give you an example of a winner and a loser with the 6th job advancement. But wait. Before we're diving into all of that, we're first gonna quickly check out today's video sponsor. You guessed it, awesome! These sponsorships help keep the channel going and your support is always greatly appreciated. For some reason, my boss doesn't really like it when I play MapleStory during work. I know, weird right? But I still want to complete those dailies and get those login rewards. Thankfully, I never miss a beat with this all-in-one remote access tool. Using the awesome game version, I can get and customize a game keyboard so I can play MapleStory from my phone without any disturbances. And of course, the usability doesn't just end there. You can also use remote access to transfer files that you forgot to send, or even turn off your PC in case you want to save money on that electricity bill. If you want to try this out yourself, you can use the code appearing on the screen to get a 7-day trial of awesome remote game. This is only for the first 200 people, so act quickly. Head over to the Awesome website, sign in, click on rewards, fill out the code and then you're in. You can then easily set up your screen mirroring with your QR code, and once that ends, just using the app will reward you with Sunshine, which can be used to get more days of Awesome Game or Awesome Pro. Sometimes Awesome also offers additional days for free just like that, so that's always nice to grab. The basic version of Awesome is free by the way, so you can always install that one. But there also is the Pro and Game Plan. I'm using the Game Plan myself for its customizable keyboard. Adding more devices also will give you a discount on the plan. But Awesome doesn't just offer remote software, they even have remote switches. In case you turned off your PC and want to turn it back on remotely or monitor your energy consumption, you can even set timers and schedules. You can check the Awesome app or website if you want to learn more about those, and of course the remote software tool itself. There is a link in the video description and top comment. Don't forget to check out the code, and now back to the video. Okay, so for example, one of the classes that gains less than some of the other classes from the 6th job skills releasing this winter is unfortunately my main Shade. This class has 3 5th job skills that are attacks, and those all gain 60% more final damage, which is okay, more about that in a bit. However, they also have the Spirit Flow skill. This skill is a buff that when active increases your final damage by 20% for 60 seconds. It's the 5th job skill, right? Spirit Flow. And attacks will pop out occasionally. These attacks are your 2nd job, your 3rd job, your 1st job, your 4th job attacks. However, those are not getting any improvements when you enhance this skill with your 6th job advancement. And we're talking about 2nd and 3rd job attacks popping out that will deal peanut damage compared to other classes who get to enjoy a 60% final damage increase. The 6th job buff for this skill increases the duration of Spirit Flow by 30 more seconds, which is an improvement, but it isn't buffing the important parts of this skill. Because Shade's Spirit Flow skill also changes Spirit Frenzy, making it hell a lot stronger. This skill, together with some of our other 5th job skills, are our main sources of burst damage. Which is a big issue because the enhanced Spirit Flow does not get buffed and neither do the attacks that pop out, so instead we're just getting 20% more final damage for 30 more seconds and we pop out our 1st job and 2nd job attacks. Woohoo! Which is of course not that great. There also is this issue with Spirit Gate, which is our other 5th job skill. This one summons a bunch of spirits that attack an enemy and leave a debuff. This skill is not a huge part of our damage, and it's just more used as a debuff for the boss while dealing some damage. Our bind only lasts for 10 seconds, so if the boss moves outside of the summon range, this skill is as useless as ever. It doesn't matter if you get 60% more final damage, which doesn't really matter that much to begin with. Smashing Multi-Punch summons a bunch of Fox Spirits, which are a big part of your damage, but those also don't get buffed, only the damage to Smashing Multi-Punch. So again, you're only buffing a part of your 5th job skills with your 6th job buffs instead of the entire skill. Your bossing skill, Spirit Claw, does only a small portion of damage. However, this is the skill that gets the first 6 job upgrade, leaving out the main portion of your damage, which is Enhanced Spirit Frenzy. The same goes for the 6 job origin skill. The skill enhances your Fox Spirits and Spirit Claw for 40 seconds. But Shade is lacking a bunch of damage right now and we're not getting any burst. Like all the bursty 6 job origin skills will feel quite good. Shade's gonna have to deal with jumping around, following the boss, trying to hit him with Spirit Claw for 40 seconds, so you can basically never pull off the full damage. Overall, I believe that most of the Shade mains are quite disappointed with the 6 job skills so far. However though, just to manage your expectations, Shade will get stronger. These skills will probably get rebalanced, probably even this winter update in MapleStory Korea. Everyone gets stronger with their 6 job skills. It's not like this class is ruined and no one should play it. But the 6 job skills just currently don't really synergize that well with how the class works, unfortunately. One of the bigger winners of the 6 job advancement is the Fire Poison Mage. And this is mostly thanks to their Infernal Venom 6 job origin skill. This skill does a crazy amount of damage, which is great as Fire Poison Mages don't really have a lot of burst and more of a DPM class. However, this origin skill also increases the maximum of Fervent Drain stacks you can have. This Fervent Drain skill is a 4 job skill that increases your final damage by 5% for each stack of damage over time that you have applied. The maximum amount of stacks is 5, but this gets doubled to 10, giving the Fire Poison Mage a pretty nice boost in final damage. This buff will last for 20 seconds and it's pretty massive for the Fire Poison Mage. Their Flame Sweep skill gets enhanced to deal another source of damage over time, and this source of damage over time can be exploded by Mist Eruption for additional damage. This together with a 60% final damage boost on all their 5th job skills, most of which have a short cooldown as well, so that's freaking huge for this class. They get a lot stronger thanks to their origin skill, and their new enhanced Flame Sweep skill and 5th job buffs work really well together. This class is one of the biggest winners of the 6 job advancement. The MapleStory Korea players were less happy with the 6 job origin skill for the Night Lord. I mean, all Night Lords are happy with an invincibility frame in their own bind probably. This skill deals a bunch of damage when it's cast, but afterwards for 60 seconds, this skill also creates stars that attacks enemies. But the whole identity of the Night Lord is that they deal a huge amount of burst damage. So while the skill covers some of their weaknesses, it doesn't really play into their strengths. I don't think the Night Lords are too bummed about that though, since they get a fat 60% final damage increase on their 5th job skills, which is the main part of their damage. And the 6th job enhances their quadruple throw, which deals more damage and will get enhanced every 4th attack, dealing higher damage to multiple enemies. So it ain't all too bad for this class, but it could also be a lot better. I believe most MapleStory Korea players tend to be a bit more negative towards the 6 job skill for this class. The MapleStory Korea Explorer heroes seem to be quite happy with their 6 job origin skill and enhancements. Their 6 job origin skill, Spirit Caliber, just deals a lot of damage once, which is exactly what a class like hero is looking for. Their 6 job Mastery Core enhances their Raging Blow, which is a no-brainer to buff up, and all their 5th job attacks get that 60% final damage increase from their enhancement cores. These changes don't make the heroes suddenly giga strong like the Fire Poison Mage, but it is exactly what you would expect from a 6 job skill and enhancements. It's just a ton more stupid press one button, do a lot of damage, which is absolutely perfect for this class. One of the biggest winners, usually ranked with Fire Poison Mage, when it comes to classes that enjoy their 6 job skills the most, that was surprisingly Kayn, who has been getting a lot of love from the balancing team recently. Similar to Fire Poison Mages, Kayn, their origin skill isn't just a bunch of damage. It also gives huge buffs to popping their Death's Blessing stacks. The maximum amount of stacks is also increased, plus stacks to your Death's Blessing passive are applied automatically to monsters around you for 30 seconds. In case you don't know how this class works, Kayns can enhance their attack with Malice. Monsters hit by these enhanced attacks to get a stack. This stack can be popped by using one of your purple execution skills, dealing damage, and Kayn gains a 10% final damage buff when this happens. Now with your new origin skill, for 30 seconds, not only does the damage of popping your stacks increase, it also activates a new attack that deals even more damage, and it lowers the cooldown of most of your execution skills, which are needed to pop your stacks, by 1 second. And you can activate this effect 4 times per second. So as you can imagine, this helps you deal way more damage. It really complements Kayn's skill kit. Kayn also gets 2 4 job skills enhanced with the 6 job advancement. 1 execution skill, which is always great, and Falling Dust. I think that one is okay. Ideally, you'd go for the 2 toggles, Lasting Grudge and Dragonfang. But I guess that would be a bit boring to update, so instead Falling Dust, that's pretty good though. But really Kayn's origin skill, that's a huge win for them. And that's all I had for today. Researching and gathering all the player opinions in Korea is frying my mind, because it's not just about, oh, this class is good or bad. People have nuances, some people are biased, others are not, and it's very difficult to get like the right unbiased opinion of what exactly is happening. So I'll divide this video into multiple parts as I'll do more research on the current standings of the classes and their 6-job skills. Because as you just saw, like, dude, I can't just say this skill is good, this skill is bad. This skill is good because of X, Y, Z and a million other reasons. It takes a bit longer to research. Which classes should we check out in the next video? Let me know in the comments. I'll try to focus on these as well as the old school series and preparing for 6th job. But let me know which classes I should focus on next and I'll do my best to make that happen. So thanks for watching, and as always, special thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Special thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, Jesus Rodriguez, County Mora, Wiley, Riser Are BackSpaceOTI, Ziggy Historycanon, Saffronyx, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Sir Tito 655, Michael Menchaca, Rathius, Afterlord, Betrayal 1489, Silvio Nato, Striker Elk, Tidal 1 Fun, Victor Sundstrom, Mathias Simonsson, Mr. Anark, Benon Games, The Passenger, Kani Wu, Max Bernhardt, Mukau 1017, BNB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Gabriel Eck, Fecko, Vake Botnet, Dante Victory, Mathinu Def, Snack, HBG, Only, Lord Vasil, Spats the Kaiser, That Archer Guy, Louis Bento Brandau, Snufflepop, Tails Cursepet, The Wolf Drake, Gaber Wolf, Live Love, MapleStory, Kali, Duckfoos, Quinn, Migu, and Sir Otter. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!